What if modern warfare no longer required bombs, soldiers, or invasions? What if a superpower could destabilize an entire nation using banks instead of bullets, visas instead of violence, and regulations instead of rockets? Today, we're breaking down what geopolitical analysts describe as a full-spectrum pressure campaign model, a strategy allegedly associated with Donald Trump's political orbit, that demonstrates how economic, legal, financial, immigration, and psychological tools can be deployed simultaneously against a smaller state. This analysis focuses on Trinidad and Tobago, not as an accusation, but as a case study, a hypothetical yet plausible example of how modern geopolitical pressure works in the real world. This is not about rumor. This is not about ideology. This is about power mechanics in the 21st century. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why many experts believe this playbook could be used anywhere. Why small nations are most vulnerable. In today's interconnected world, sovereignty is no longer just about borders. It's about access to global banking, energy export licenses, immigration pathways, security cooperation, narrative control. Small and mid-sized nations, especially those dependent on a narrow range of exports or foreign financial systems, are uniquely exposed. Trinidad and Tobago sits at a critical crossroads, a major Caribbean energy producer, deeply connected to US dollar systems, strategically located along key maritime routes. This makes it an ideal example of how pressure doesn't need to be military to be overwhelming. Number 1. Moral justification through corruption narratives. Every pressure campaign begins with a moral frame. Historically, corruption allegations have been one of the most effective justifications for external intervention, because they resonate globally and require no military proof. Sanctions frameworks targeting alleged corruption allow a powerful state to freeze assets, blacklist individuals, restrict financial access, signal international institutions to disengage. The real impact isn't legal, it's reputational. Once individuals or entities are flagged, even without convictions, banks and partners withdraw preemptively. No institution wants exposure. This is how compliance fear becomes a weapon. Number 2. Financial sanctions and asset freezes. The US Treasury is arguably one of the most powerful geopolitical tools on Earth. Why? Because the global financial system runs on the US dollar. When sanctions are applied, even narrowly, accounts freeze instantly. Transactions fail. Investments stall. Insurance evaporates. For elites, it's paralyzing. For the broader economy, it's contagious. Financial isolation doesn't announce itself with explosions, it creeps in through closed accounts and unanswered emails. Number 3. Criminal law as a global weapon. Next comes lawfare, the strategic use of legal systems to achieve geopolitical goals. Indictments, investigations, and subpoenas don't require convictions to cause damage. Their power lies in investor panic, board resignations, contract cancellations, insurance withdrawal. Even the possibility of prosecution is enough to freeze entire sectors. In this phase, uncertainty becomes the objective. Number 4. Immigration restrictions and extreme vetting. Few tools affect ordinary people faster than immigration policy. Enhanced vetting doesn't ban citizens outright, it places them into indefinite waiting. Students delay education. Professionals miss contracts. Families remain separated. Processing times stretch from months into years. The psychological impact is enormous. Fear spreads through diaspora communities. Applications decline. Cross-border mobility collapses. Immigration becomes a pressure point on society itself, not just the government. Number 5. Banking sector designations. When banks are labeled as high risk or primary concerns, the damage is immediate. Correspondent relationships vanish. International transfers halt. Confidence collapses. Even solvent banks can fall if trust disappears. For a small economy, banking instability spreads rapidly into currency depreciation, import shortages, capital flight. This is why financial analysts describe banking pressure as systemic warfare. Number 6. Energy leverage and license control. Energy is not just revenue, it's leverage. When access to major export markets is restricted, government budgets unravel. Foreign exchange dries up. Employment contracts shrink. Liquefied natural gas, oil, and petrochemicals form the backbone of many Caribbean economies. If energy access is disrupted, the entire economic model is questioned. This isn't a market fluctuation. It's an existential shock. Number 7. Suspension of security cooperation. Security partnerships are often invisible until they disappear. Joint training programs, intelligence sharing, maritime patrols, and equipment support quietly form the backbone of national security. When cooperation is suspended, capabilities degrade rapidly. Criminal networks exploit gaps. Maritime security weakens. Intelligence dries up. This creates strategic vulnerability without a single hostile act. Number 8. Legal challenges and strategic lawsuits. Legal pressure doesn't need to win cases. It only needs to delay projects, increase costs, frighten investors, stall development. Challenges to infrastructure contracts, procurement processes, or regulatory compliance can freeze progress for years. Uncertainty becomes paralysis. Number 9. Travel advisories and perception warfare. Tourism runs on perception. A single advisory can collapse bookings overnight, trigger insurance exclusions, halt business travel, drain foreign exchange. Even if conditions on the ground haven't changed, perception becomes reality. Number 10. Targeted tax and diaspora pressure. Diaspora communities are economic bridges. Targeted audits, regulatory scrutiny, or compliance campaigns aimed at dual nationals create fear far beyond borders. Remittances slow. Investments pause. Community confidence erodes. Pressure follows people wherever they live. Number 11. Cultural and information warfare. Culture is soft power. Challenges to intellectual property, media narratives, or digital presence aren't trivial. They reshape identity and legitimacy. Social media takedowns, content challenges, and narrative suppression influence how the world interprets events. Control the story, and you control the response. Number 12. Psychological dominance and maximum pressure. The final stage isn't collapse. It's compliance. When uncertainty becomes constant, resistance fades. Markets adjust. Institutions self-censor. Governments negotiate from weakness. This is psychological dominance, where pressure sustains itself without escalation. Why this matters globally? This case study isn't just about one country. It's about a new global template. Any nation that is financially exposed, energy dependent, dollar linked, security reliant, narrative sensitive, is vulnerable. The tools are legal. The actions are bureaucratic. The consequences are enormous. Final thoughts. This is what modern power looks like. Quiet. Systemic. Relentless. If this analysis helped you understand how geopolitical pressure really works, share it. If you want more deep dives into global power, economics, and strategy, subscribe. Because in today's world, the most dangerous conflicts don't begin with war, they begin with paperwork.